Okay, I thought it would be good to do a video when I was feeling really weak. It is Thursday, the 24th of May, 2018. I haven't done any videos for ages. During March and April, I was having proton beam therapy. So I had 40 sessions of that over an 8-week period. Every Monday, I took the bullet train from my from Tokyo up to the hospital in the north of Japan, in a city called Koriyama, which is in the prefecture of Fukushima. Fukushima is where the triple disaster of the earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear meltdown happened in 2011, I think, and March 2011. And it has one of the best hospitals in Japan, I think also one of the best hospitals in the world, called the Southern Tohoku General Hospital. It was started by a Japanese neurosurgeon who wanted to collect all the best medical technology from around the world and put it in one hospital, with a view to spreading that technology throughout Japan. So one of the incredible facilities this hospital has is a large proton beam therapy centre that's treated thousands of patients over the last few years. They're actively researching proton beam therapy as well, but also my radiologist there who runs the centre, he is researching another type of radiation treatment called boron neutron capture therapy, which could be a sort of mini revolution in cancer treatment because it's even more magical than proton beam therapy. The 8 weeks passed pretty quickly. Proton beam therapy is very gentle. I didn't have any side effects at all. My treatment took about an hour each day, including sort of seeing a nurse for a checkup, and then the actual treatment itself was sort of half an hour to 45 minutes. And I did that 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, for 8 weeks. The hospital is, it was just an amazing hospital to be at. The staff were incredible. Sort of when you meet these staff, you kind of feel they're a bit special, but it's only later when you ask around and find that they're sort of the world leaders in their field. So, for example, the doctor giving me my chemotherapy, he was not a clinical oncologist who only does chemo, who's a surgical oncologist, and he's one of the leading gastrointestinal surgeons in Japan. Just a really, really wonderful, caring and incredibly knowledgeable oncologist. So it was just a really great experience to meet him every week. So proton beam therapy is very, very gentle, which means you can have chemotherapy and other therapies along with it, which is really important for safety when you have cancer that spread to another part of the body, because the proton beam's only targeting certain tumours, in my case, tumours in the liver. And during the 8 weeks, if I hadn't been able to have the chemotherapy and the molecular targeted therapy, then more tumours could have formed in other parts of my body, which doesn't seem to have happened, because every week I'd sort of go for my first session on Monday, and then on Tuesday I'd either have molecular targeted therapy or molecular targeted therapy with chemo. So I had my normal treatment schedule during the 8 weeks, which I'm really glad that it was possible to do that. It would have been, really too risky to take an 8-week break from chemo to have the radiation treatment. The molecular targeted therapy is the one that causes my skin to be sort of red and very painful, and you get these horrible, painful spots. But it's a very small price to pay for still being alive. While I was at the hospital in Koriyama, I taught English to the staff, which was really, really great fun. So I ran English lessons for them in the evenings. I helped the director of the centre prepare a presentation he was going to give in Indonesia about proton beam therapy. And that was amazing to sort of sit through when he was running through his presentation, just to see the case studies of the miraculous results from proton beam therapy. To see photos of the patients with head cancers, where the sort of half the face was covered with massive giant tumours, and you saw the photos from a few months later, and it sort of made a full recovery. And a lot of these were patients who couldn't have had any other treatment because either they were very elderly and their body just wouldn't tolerate standard cancer treatments, or they'd had a lot of cancer treatment previously and it hadn't been successful over an extended period of time. So in those cases, proton beam therapy can be used as, I think it's called a salvage therapy, because it's very, very gentle. So even people who have had radiation therapy before can have it. Usually with radiation therapy, you still get one course of it, and that's it. It's too dangerous to have more because of the damage to healthy tissue and the total radiation exposure of the body. So yeah, I'm incredibly lucky to have had this treatment, all thanks to your generous donations. I'm being kept alive by the world's best doctors, in combination with all the donations that are coming from the crowdfunding. So I am doubly grateful. So thank you so much for your support. I'm going to try and do these videos more regularly. Please hit the subscribe button in YouTube. When you subscribe to the video, that means obviously you get alerted when new videos come out, but also YouTube uses those statistics and shows my videos to more people. Hopefully my videos help out for people with terminal cancer. Also, it helps me a lot if my videos get seen more, then more people see the donation link, which is below this video. Just a dull technical note, I'm recording this in iMovie instead of the normal photo booth thing on Mac I record in, so hopefully the quality is slightly better. It looks a bit less red and blotchy. So we shall see. More updates coming soon. I should say proton beam therapy is very, very gentle and slow, so it actually continues working for 2 to 3 months after you finish the treatment. The way it works, it damages the cancer cells and they die naturally by apoptosis or whatever it's called. Proton beam therapy is quite reliable because it causes a lot of these double DNA breaks in the cancer cells, which is kind of the holy grail of radiation treatment, because it's very hard for the cancer cells to repair a double DNA break. So what this means is that I have to wait until the sort of late August to have a PET scan that will confirm how well it's worked. Possibly may show what's called no evidence of disease, which means any cancer remaining is too small to show up on the scans, and hopefully will be well controlled or even eliminated over a 12-month period or so using the other therapies I'm having: chemotherapy, molecular targeted therapy, 2 types of immunotherapy, hypothermia treatment, dichloroacetate to weaken the cancer cells against the immunotherapy, etc., etc. So now I'm having as much immunotherapy as I can possibly scrape together the money for, because at this time when all these cancer cells are dying due to the proton beam therapy, the immune system can recognize that. It sees these broken fragments of cells. This is a very complicated and elegant presentation method where these dendritic cells go and grab these dying and dead cancer cells, and they go into your lymph nodes, and there they meet these other cells called the NK cells, and they present to them these bits of cancer cell and basically say to the NK cells, go out and find things that look like this and kill them. So it's NK stands for natural killer cells. They're a very powerful type of white blood cell. So some of my immunotherapy consists of injections of these NK cells, cloned, not technically cloned, but expanded from my own ones, and also more injections of dendritic cells, again expanded from my own ones, so there's minimal chance of any kind of rejection. So now is a really good time for immunotherapy. So if you could share this video or share my fundraising link, matthewdons.org, it's matthewdons.org, matthewdons.org, that could make a huge amount of difference. So, more videos coming soon. Please hit subscribe and please share on Facebook, social media, whatever you use. Thank you so much for listening.